back.
Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Back to that Philly, here we go. Gone. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Detroit.
And McCarron will try again on 2nd. Got a man, it's the rookie Christian Kirk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go. Blue 90.
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now it's McCarron off play action. And he finds Howard complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. From the gun, it's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
McCarron to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Throwing on 1st. Here's McCarron. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
And again, it's McCarron. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Leopard! Over!
They'll run. It's Washington. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I never, when I used to cover, hey, we got my oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Right back to him on first down. He's to the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Janikowski adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 5. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. So let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, That's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
He got 29 yards that time. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Working from the gun here, McCarron. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now here's McCarron again. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
McCarron to throw once more. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They fake the give. Now McCarron. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action with Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, McCarron. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Go!
Shotgun snap from McCarron. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
From the gun, it's McCarron. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's McCarron. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now McCarron. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now to try the field goal, and here's Daniel Carlson. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back to the booth right after this. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium. And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said, They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started? Disjointed? I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Steps away to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Now McCarron throwing on second, finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And from the red zone now, it's McCarron. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. McCarron now to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And incomplete. So the fake, a third down fake that is, doesn't work. But now it's 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He hits Baldwin right side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
McCarron to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. And very little issue in that one for the Redskins, opening their lead a bit further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a handoff to Richard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's Richard. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Working from the gun here, McCarron. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to the Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They come out here in the eye.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going for it. It's McLaurin. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Wilson. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Now it's Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. To throw again is Wilson. It's caught. Baldwin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Forced out to his left. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Tyus Bowser coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Set!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll go play action with McCarron, escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Tempo. 14.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw is Wilson. It's complete to Jerome Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 36 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They fake the give. Now McCarron. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
McCarron going to throw it here. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
To throw is McCarron. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. McCarron looks to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. 319. 319.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing.
Back to throw. McCarron escaping the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
We got three, brother. We got 3. All right, move right in. Tempo. Good.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game.